Hello, future engineers, and welcome to your video lesson for October 28th, Wednesday, as well as October 27th, Thursday. Wednesday is our asynchronous day, so I am still available in the classroom. So right now, if this video doesn't make sense, please go ask me a question. Our classroom is open. And even on Thursday, please do not be afraid to send me an email. I will try to respond to those as quickly as possible regarding any questions to our current assignment or how you're doing in the class. All right, so where we left it on Wednesday, we were trying to design something like this over here. So hopefully you have a final design with an example layout, and you want to start modeling this in Onshape. We want to be able to create our full assembly inside of Onshape so we have an idea of what it will look like when we print this. So I have some guidelines for us to go through, and that right here is in our 3D puzzle tolerance guide. This is posted on our Canvas page and is a really useful resource for you. These have the dimensions. I know they seem really small, but these dimensions I grabbed from making this, which is what we are supposed to be making, a tour similar to this. So our main body thickness, if you look at that, that's number 1 over here. That is the thickness or height of any of these pieces. So if we look at this piece right here as an individual, the thickness, that height right there, when I pinch this, that is a thickness of 0.0615 inches. All right. Then our slot width, which our slot width on this as well as on this are all the same. They are 0.065. 0.065. So you can see that. That's number 2. You can see all of them labeled over here. Then we go into our zoomed in view. So this is our zoom in view on the tag and border. 1, our tag thickness. What I mean by tag are these pieces right here that connect our piece to our kit, our card kit. So they are attached to those when we first print them, and then we snap them off, and that's how we make these. So when I say tag, these little things are what I'm referring to. So the tag thickness, the height of it, is 0.03. Then our height, thickness right here is 0.03. Then our width, the widest point of this, should be 0.06, our attached width. So if you notice, our tags get a little bit smaller when they are attached, and that's because it's easier to remove if they're a little bit smaller. So the general thickness of that is 0.03. 0.03. So that should be the thickness of it. All of these are labeled right there. Come on, lights. There we go. And then we get to our border. So our border is the outside of the card, and our thickness of it, the height of our border, is only 0.03, but our width is our largest dimension at 0.1115. All of those. So these are all of our dimensions. You can find references to them right over here. Now, suggested layer thickness for detailing. This is if you have multiple layers on one part. All these parts that I have printed right here only have one layer. But say you want to have multiple details to them. That is, for example, on this. I wanted more details on the Among Us goggles. So what I did is I extruded these at different thicknesses. So I would suggest doing thicknesses along these lines if you want really, really defined different layers. You can do smaller differences, but overall, having just a little difference should give you that extra detail. Now, a piece may not exceed 0.1 in thickness. It takes me about 40 minutes to print anything that is under 0.1. Once we go over that 1/4 to 1/2 inch threshold, it's taking me somewhere between 2 to 4 hours to print one of these. So we cannot do that. You won't ever get yours back in time. That's why I'm setting it 0.1 inch. I know. That's a real small tolerance to work in, but I think that you can do it. So I trust in you to do that and to follow those guidelines. Cool. So what you should be working on today is making sure that you have a plan like this submitted to our Canvas page. If we go over to our Canvas page and we look at Principles Engineering, you're going to see some more resources in a minute, but our 3D puzzle project over here, make sure that your background element submission is turned in and your final design submission. I only have 6, so make sure your final design is turned in Wednesday. On Thursday, since your final design is done, you should be able to start making individual parts inside of Onshape. Remember, when we make individual parts inside of Onshape, we then throw them together in an assembly so that we can move these parts around and figure out what is a good distance for our slots to match. So we can check out our slot distance by using our measure tool down here and choose an edge that we want to measure from there to the bottom over here, and we can find that distance is 1.232, so that can tell us the difference from here to here, and that is what we are going to make the depth of our slot. I know that that's a little confusing, and you may need some help with that, so please reach out. You can always share me on a document. If you go over here and share, if you share with an individual, make sure that you are sharing with G. Forberg at d125.org. That is going to send that file to me, and right here, I can make edits, so I can help you out. So please, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out. That is our assignment. Make sure that you, on Wednesday, get your final design turned in, and on Thursday, start modeling those parts. If you have questions, stop in, reach out. I'd be happy to help out. All right, that is it. I will talk to you later. Peace.